site. Got their stuff.
I want to see the constitutional authority do it in the first place.
Hey CJ, were they storing your stuff in old donut boxes? That's what it looked like from the live stream.
That's what it looked like, isn't it?
Yeah. Your ideas, things that people want, not necessarily things
They file your hammer down or anything?
I haven't checked yet.
Why would they file the hammer down?
Or the firing pin.
Oh, you think?
Apparently, the police have done that before.
Yeah.
Really?
They're petty enough. If they did this, they're petty enough to do
Yeah,
that.
right. Back at the whole fire right.
Yeah.
That means that's by new pin, huh?
Check,
So
see
the
if they
chief didn't come out himself. He sent his
Try to-
henchman.
try to bend his barrel or scratch up his barreling or something.
I'll tell you, that Ruiz guy is just I mean, if it's possible, he's worse than the chief.
Well, so is Reed, in my opinion.
And, well, Reed too, but yeah, I mean, I
Hello?
think Ruiz is in the hierarchy
Oh,
is probably
pretty
number
good. You?
2.
Good.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right.
Okay.
Let me show everybody some. Look at that. Oh yeah.
Back where it belongs.
You're walking straight again.
I can walk straight.
You look like he's leaning to the right when he's walking over here.
Yeah. What time is it?
So we'll wait till Jim comes out.
That would be pushing it a little high. I'm down here in almost park.
Why'd you take it out?
Is there anything
Oh,
a little later?
gotcha.
Like 11 maybe?
Press asked them for statements and they refused.
Oh, did they?
Yes.
Why am I not surprised?
And they refused to identify themselves as well.
Bunch of cowards.
The press asked them for their name and they refused to give their name.
Like we expected any more from him.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. Very good.
No worries.
You can turn it around.
Just, yeah.
All right, here we go.
It's Superman.
Still inside.
Get them wired. Wire them.
I got a length of rope.
There's a. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Keeping that rope in the tire.
Yeah.
When he's working.
And pitchforks
Yeah.
and rifles.
Well, Dallas
And some rope.
citizens, thank you for watching.
Y'all need a sound check or anything? 10, 9, 8, 7, good.
Can everybody hear me, Jay?
Y'all hear me over there?
Yep.
Do I need to talk louder?
There you go.
There you go.
It'll
That'd
be
be
for y'all, but not for them.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can see me. Where's the camera?
Right over
Right
there.
over there.
I'm sure you can see me.
Where's the view? Okay.
Yep, we got the bullets back. My magnum's been loaded. Back in the chamber where it should be.
What?
Why not?
no. Send
They
your
sent my
license back to
license
me.
Senate, Virginia? How ludicrous.
That's where it's from.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's just to make things difficult.
Yeah. Bureaucracy. Yeah.
Okay. But you got the knife and if you need cigarettes.
Why would they take the evidence?
But they were on my property, and that's when they got pissed because when I went to sign my receipt, they were transferring me so when they come out, they don't tell you anything about what this is. I had to pretty much read it myself. All they bring us out, and they literally said it just like this: you can sign or don't sign, we don't care. And they're leading me out in leg shackles and handcuffs. They got 5 people surrounding me with tasers. The tasers on. Yeah. Jim will talk about it. There he is. I told him that's why I'm this one. Where is it? No. On one of these, I didn't refuse the sign, but when he brought up when I saw that there were cigarettes on there, I told him, I said, those are not mine. Do you want me to just cross it out, or do you want to redo it? And they didn't answer me, they just stared at me. And I said, I can't sign this because this isn't mine. Do you want me to cross this out? Just let me back to myself. They didn't bother fixing it or anything, and of course they're still on there. So, all right, Jim, ready? All right, you all ready?
Swing out, just off.
All right. So, thanks for everybody coming out today. We'll hold this press conference because, and first we started, for the benefit of Almost Park, Virginia reinstated my license so I can legally carry my paper copy. I was expecting to get my copy that they took from me, but apparently they sent that back to Virginia. So just so that no one tries to arrest me for unlawful carry, Almost Park, I have my reinstatement letter from the state of Virginia right here. So I am legally carrying. I don't break the law. We tried to solve this. The problem here in Almost Park went back to February. From February until March, at the end of March, Almost Park set off a series of false arrests against activists for open carry as well as for filming. It wasn't until the open carry issue came up that we got involved with open carry techniques. They sent on March 16th, I sent the city council a letter, an email, to every member of the city council, the chief of police, the city manager, the city attorney. And I explained to them that what they were doing violated the law, violated the Constitution, and violated our civil rights. I got nothing for 2 weeks. I got ignored. So on the 26th, I called the police chief because nobody bothered to so much as give me a call. Even though I left my phone number, nobody bothered to return my email, so I left an email. I tried to solve without having anything like this. I tried to solve it in the back. I didn't go to the this is what we're doing. I tried to solve it through the proper channels. The city of Almost Park ignored me and ignored the state of Texas and the members that we represent, both here and out. So I called the police and I talked with them on our YouTube channel. The one that I have with the chief, where he specifically said that it was unreasonable to expect to be tased. I specifically asked that question. It was unreasonable to expect that he said that was unreasonable. It was not his policy. He said for law enforcement to draw weapons on lawful citizens. That is what he told me. The very next day, I did exactly what I asked him about. And he did exactly what he said was, one, not his policy, and two, was unreasonable. So what happened was, Jim and I, we decided to come over here to had gotten the message after the emails and after what we are doing now. It is no different than what we were doing then, and it's perfectly legal. So, and then what happened was just atrocious. Not only were we threatened with lethal force, not only did law enforcement officers point firearms and endanger the lives of 2 law-abiding citizens, they knew we were coming. I told them we were coming. And yet, only just arresting us, but violently. The charges from the beginning were bogus. We knew that. Everyone else knew that. And so I'm very happy that the charges last week were finally dismissed because they shouldn't have been filed in the first place. The charges shouldn't have been filed. I shouldn't have been tased. I shouldn't have been given a concussion. Jim shouldn't have had his wrist broken. Jim shouldn't have been arrested. And all the people that have been arrested for lawful activity here in Olmos Park have not been arrested. Having our charges dismissed is not an apology. We still have yet to get that. We still have yet to get an apology or any acknowledgement that Olmos Park has done anything wrong. However, you can tell that they know they've done something wrong because they've hired a PR firm and they've hired an outside attorney to represent them because they know what's coming. So, well, first of all, that's sort of the background. I'll let Jim give a little bit more background from his perspective, or make him make a statement, and then we'll tell you what we're going to be doing forward. If you have anything to say.
I never expected anything like this to happen. I thought maybe at most they give us a stern talking to, maybe payment. I never thought we were going to be held at gunpoint or arrested on such vicious charges. Obviously, what happened was well on the scope. Had my wrist broken in 2 places and a rib ligament. Looking at surgery, unfortunately, to fix my wrist. I was also ground face first, concussion. You know, these are things that shouldn't happen simply for exercises. I don't carry a rifle on a daily basis. This is something I only do for when we do open carry Texas events. You know, and a lot of people may think, well, why does he need to carry a rifle? Well, it's my legal right to do so. Wasn't pointing at people, threatening us, smoking on it, or sitting on the corner smoking a cigarette when 4 officers came up, being terrorists, you know, Texas. So I'm happy that the charges were dropped, and happy I got my property back, but this is something we need to work on. We got to make sure that officers like this, you know, don't stay on the streets. We need to make sure that things that like this that happen are made aware to the community so it never happens.
Thank you. Also, this couldn't have been possible without Self-Defense Fund. We want Larry Calver here from Self-Defense Fund. And I want to give him an opportunity to make a statement if he wants to as well.
Support Jay and our member, all members. We're not going to tell you what we're going to do next. You will know about it when we do it. So I'm not going to give Olmos Park ammunition to use against us. But the ball is in their court. They have been presented names by CJ for restitution, broken wrist, concussion. So we don't know at this particular time if we will sue the city or the police department. Maybe not. It all depends on them.
And with that, the way forward again is we've submitted a list of demands to the city. That's not going to be made public yet. What we're doing actually straight from here is we are going to meet with our civil attorneys to find out what is the best remedy. Jim and I don't do this to get rich. I don't want to get rich. I'm not looking for money. I'm looking for justice. Okay, justice is much more important than money, and my right than anything this city ever gave me. So what we want is justice. Now that might cost money for the city, and it might not. But that's why we're going to be discussing this with our attorneys today. And as Larry said, there's nothing specific that we're going to go on. But what I do want to promise the city of Olmos Park is that 1, this is not over. 2, they are not going to get away with what they did in Jim and the other activists here in Olmos Park. And 3, if I have my way, it will never happen again because the individuals responsible will no longer be working for the Olmos Park Police Department.
Amen.
So those are the 3 I'm just going to wait my charge. This is far from gone. And it takes a civil remedy through the courts to achieve the kind of justice that we're demanding. That's what we will do. But the ball is in the city's court right now. It's on their side, and it is up to them to do the right thing. And I know it's a hard right thing. The police has to swallow his ego, and the city manager who's supporting the the chief of police, has to swallow her ego. I have tried to call the city since the charges have been dropped, and I've been hung up on 3 times by the city. They do not recognize the severity of what they've done here in Oak Park, what they've done in the state of Texas. Okay, I will not rest that this is what it takes. Because a neighborhood in San Antonio, and the city ceases to exist as a city because they lose their charter. Alright? But whatever it's going to take to get justice, I'm going to do it. I'm a fighter and I'm not going to give up. I can't. It's not just about me. It's not just about Jim. It's about every person that comes into this city. What are we fighting for? What are they safe in this city if they exercise their rights? So, with that, if there's any questions, we have to head to Houston next. So, questions first, and then move on.
Mr. Grisham, some people just be coming into this for the first time may not know the charges that were brought against you. Could you tell us what were the charges against you and Mr. Everhart?
Yeah, so the false charges that were levied against me were interference with the duties of a peace officer, obstruction of a roadway, and felony assault on a peace officer or a public servant. And resisting arrest. And Jim got resisting arrest, interference with the duties of a peace officer, and obstruction of a roadway.
What happened last day? Describe the process.
Notice?
From getting dismissed.
So about the felony charge was dismissed, or a week and a half ago or so. The felony charge for me was dismissed, and then last week all the misdemeanor charges for Jim and I were both dismissed. So that was obviously a weight off of my shoulders. It's a testament to the kinds of attorneys that the Self-Defense Fund employs to ensure that we get justice. They were aggressive. They didn't just wait around for a court date. They didn't play the little game. They aggressively went after these charges from the get-go. So that happened. We saw it about getting our pretty bad.
I know that you guys don't want to get into specifics. What does justice look like for you at the end of this issue?
At a bare minimum, what justice looks like to me is that Chief Valenciano is fired and that he loses his ability to ever wear a badge again. That Sergeant Reed, or Detective Reed, I don't even know who he is. He never identifies himself to anybody. That he also loses his badge and his right to ever wear a badge again. And then Vieira, Adrian Vieira as well, the same thing. That he be fired and never lose his badge again. This idea of just following orders doesn't fly in America. He knew what they were doing was wrong. I quoted them on the street, explained to them that what we were doing was not against the law. I implored them to stand down, and instead, all of these you up, instead escalated the situation to the point of violence.
Mr. Grisham, what is this the beginning of the next step?
This is the beginning of the next step. This is where I'm going to meet with my criminal attorney, who was representing me through the criminal process. So we're going to be going through all the evidence that we got for defense, and then transitioning that to a potential civil one.
You can also get loaded up.
We're both affected by it.
I know there was a matter. What happens to all those signatures that were delivered to Almost City?
Like everything else that Almost Park does, they probably threw it in the trash. We never heard anything back from them. The city has, despite my repeated emails, I've probably sent a half a dozen emails to the city. They have completely ignored me and just about everyone else. I think that is, they still haven't fulfilled my open records request that I made a month ago. So they're also violating the law in that sense, that they refuse to release documents. Instead, they use delay tactics. Oh, can you expand this? Can you expand on that? Can you further definitely with a little more here? So there's a problem with accountability in Almost Park, and we're going to bring accountability.
We get to future demonstration like the one that was here
I hope not. What I would like to see people do, because I know some other activists that both within and without Open Carry Texas have come and done some rallies and they've been left alone. I think as far as open carry goes, we've probably fixed that. I hope more people come and exercise their rights just to ensure that all this part message, they learn a lesson. That's all we want. It's just, we have to obey the law. We want them to obey the law. So, will there be a massive protest? I think that depends on how the city reacts to going forward. Everything that we do for a purpose. And right now, I don't see a purpose in having a big Olmos Park rally. We already achieved the purpose of the last one. Anything else? How about the alternative media, the new media? Anything else?
No more questions? Yep.
I would also, I'm sure Jim will make one last thing, and that is, we would not be here. This is a legal issue. If I am standing by my side, this would be nearly impossible to do. Our families risk a lot. They risk time with us. They risk worry, not knowing what happens. They refused to tell my wife where I was for 7 hours. All she knew was that I was there. She didn't even know what hospital I was in. They wouldn't even tell her that. So our families go through a lot, and they risk just as much as we do in this effort. And I wouldn't be here, my wife's support and my family's support. But when they did, this isn't a matter of throwing someone in jail, having charges dismissed. This disrupts an internment. Because I worry, I mean, heck, I had to show my license here because I'm worried that I'm going to be targeted by law enforcement in the city if I don't stop correctly at a stoplight, if I don't use my blinker, if I veer over too far. There's a fear that now I have in my life of being retaliated against. And that might be justified, it might not be justified. But there's a financial cost that goes along with this as well. I don't get my bill. You got to be free. And what I'm saying is money is paid. And they don't get that money back. They just throw people in jail for no reason. And they don't get that money back. There's a worry while you're in jail, what's going to happen to me? I have a felony charge now, a felony arrest on my record that I might have to pay an attorney to get expunged. That's going to affect my job process. Jim now has a record of arrest because even though these charges are thrown out, any search is going to show that he's been arrested. This is going to follow us for the rest of our lives, and it follows our families for the rest of our lives. And if the police don't, these guys, they throw you in jail, they throw you in a cage, charge against you, and then they go back to their jobs, like as if nothing happened. There's no accountability for them, and they don't feel it. It's not personal for them. But for us, we had to spend 21 hours in a cage. We had to be told where to go. All right, everybody step out. All right, take 2 steps forward. Turn to your right. Move forward. Don't move too fast and don't move too slow. If you say anything, you'll be thrown in. I mean, this is how we got treated. You get treated like absolute dirt. And there's a lot of emotional and mental stuff that's getting to having these things. So I hope people understand that. This isn't just a matter of being in jail. This is their entire lives being and affected for the rest of your life. I have to wonder every time a police officer approaches me, great, am I about to be tased again for no reason? If I walk down the road with my handgun, just like I am right now, am I going to be tased for no reason? Am I going to be forced on my face? So I want, especially viewers to know, because I know this probably won't make the main media, but I want y'all to know that this is a bigger issue than a lot of people think it is when it comes to being falsely arrested. So, all right,
Our attorney was on immediately. As soon as we got the call, contacted the attorney. It told the attorney they could not. Even the attorney swapped our bail bond. was in immediate contact with them. We were ready to respond, but they stonewalled the bonds. They couldn't find them either. So it took us like 6 hours to even find CJ. Everybody stonewalled. You call Bexar County, that's stonewall. You call Almost Park Police, that's stonewall. They would give you no records whatsoever. They wouldn't say anything.
CJ, do this all over again? I will. There is no risk in my mind too great than freedom. I fought for my country overseas. Whether people agree with that or not, the reasons behind that. I fought for my country overseas, only to come home and have to fight against my country for the same rights. That's wrong. Would I do it again? I will fight to my death, just like our founders did. I will give my very soul, my very life, to defend freedom and ensure that the United States of America remains a place where we can exercise these rights free from harassment and free from these kinds of actions.
Remember Athens, Tennessee.
There you go. And this is what you saw on the cameras. Once this whole story comes out, all the behind the scenes stuff that Almost Park Police did, it's worse than everybody knows right now. Just I'll leave that little cliffhanger with you. There were actions behind the scenes that should offend every American. So I know everyone's gonna be like, oh, CJ, come on, you're gonna send me messages going, hey, come on, you can tell me I'm your buddy. But it's all gonna promise you. But we don't want to release everything because we want Almost Park to do the right thing, right? And hopefully they realize that they'll go and look and they know what I'm talking about. So, all right. So that's the latest to be here.
He does enough talking for me, so.
I like the patch, by the way. Did y'all see his patch on his wrist?
Yeah.
Chief Valenciano was here.
Yeah, I'm cynical.
All right. Okay. Well, gentlemen, ladies, well, ma'am, my wife. I don't know any ladies. Okay. So, gentlemen, thank y'all for coming. Thank you for your support.